I'm Meera Selva. I'm Director of the Journalist Fellowship Programme at the Reuters Institute. I have a report called Fighting Words, Journalism Under Assault in Central and East Europe. The aim of this report was to find out exactly what journalists operating in the region are concerned about in their day-to-day life. We sent a survey out to around 100 journalists in 16 different countries, and what we found is there are about 6 areas of concern. The first thing that was very striking was the anti-journalist rhetoric by both politicians in some countries, but also crucially from other journalists in rival media. The other area of concern was online and offline attacks. This is trolling, this is kind of general sense of harassment, and this is something that women in particular felt more strongly. Media capture, the idea that certain media organizations are taken over by owners who are friendly towards the government and then exert very strong influence on the editorial line. And also the kind of weaponization of state advertising, where certain governments use advertising revenue as a way to control what's written in the newspaper. The other thing that was a real area of concern was the deteriorating legal environment, where there are laws being passed that either restrict a journalist's ability to access information in certain areas, and freedom of information laws, but also vexatious lawsuits and libel laws being used to really quell free speech. And then the other area is the protection of sources. A lot of journalists were very worried that they were coming under surveillance in a way that they always have been in many places, but also that their emails were being hacked and they were being doxed, and there was kind of real breakdown in privacy, and part of this is their ability to protect the sources that give them information. What was really striking here is there's one thing that would really help journalism in Central and East Europe, and that's solidarity. This is kind of trade associations that work for all journalists, associations that basically allow journalists to make their case to the public, to be able to say, this is why what we do is important, and it's why it's in your interests and in our interests to defend good journalism at all levels. And that is one thing I think the report really should end on. It ends on an idea that solidarity in journalism is very, very important. And newsrooms, editors, civil society should really put some time, effort, resources into making sure these networks are rebuilt.